In today's video, we'll have a look at the origins and history of Yoga Nidra. From where does this technique come? Is there reference to this technique in the ancient yoga texts, or is it a fairly new one? And if it is, from where does it come? How was it designed? Who was it designed by? And what it does. Let's have a look. Namaste and welcome to FitNCalm. I'm Kushpinder, and at FitNCalm we bring you authentic knowledge of yoga. If that is something that interests you and you like our content, consider subscribing. And if you want to know more about Yoga Nidra, you can check out our playlist Deep Dive into Yoga Nidra. And you can also practice Yoga Nidra with us from our Yoga Nidra playlist as well. Now, coming to the origins and history behind Yoga Nidra. The earliest references to the term Yoga Nidra are found in the epics and the Puranas, which are thousands of years old. Scriptures like Mahabharata, like Bhagavad Puran, Vishnu Mahapuran, Jayaka Samhita. In all of these, Yoga Nidra is described as a transcendental sleep, as a state of being which is free of impressions. And it is also known as the goddess Yoga Nidra. It is said to be as Vishnu's sleep in between the cycles of the universe. So it's a transcendental sleep that a godlike being goes into, which is free of all impressions and is totally relaxed. There is also mention of Yoga Nidra in the Markandeya Purana, in Devi Mahatmya, where it is referred to as a goddess, and you can find quite a few verses over there about Yoga Nidra. Another place where you will find Yoga Nidra mentioned in the scriptures is in the Tantras, that is in the Shaiva Tantras and in the Buddhist Tantras. And in the Shaiva Tantras, it is described as peace beyond words. And even in the Buddhist Tantras, it is defined as a state that the perfect Buddha enters to achieve, to attain secret knowledge. You can also find references in Yoga Taravali, which is a text by Adi Shankaracharya ji, and he describes about this beautiful state that is Yoga Nidra. So it's been given a lot of reverence in all of the scriptures, but it's never been a technique or a practice of yoga. So where does this modern technique come from? Before we cover that, if you like the content till now, if you found value, do leave a thumbs up. So where does this modern technique come from? The modern practice of Yoga Nidra combines two things from the yoga texts, which is Pratyahara and Nyasa. Pratyahara is one of the 8 limbs of yoga from sage Patanjali ji's Ashtanga Yoga, and Prati means inwards, Ahara means food. If you normally look at it, our senses always go outwards to get food. For instance, you want to taste something that also comes from the outer world. If you want to smell some amazing perfumes, again, that comes from outside. You want to hear some music, you want to see a movie, read a book. All of the senses, they get food from outside. But Pratyahara is a technique of withdrawing the senses. So you give them food inwards and it takes you inwards. And in Yoga Nidra, this is what we do very beautifully. We take our senses from outside world. We take our mind that is always engaged in the outside world, and we give it food through the things, through the instructions in the Yoga Nidra. There are many ways. You take the sankalpa, you focus on the breath, you are aware of body, and there are visualizations. So much food for you inwards rather than from the outside world. And then it's a combination of the practice of Nyasa. Nyasa means to place or take your mind to that place. Nyasa is a tantric way, is traditionally done in many of the ceremonies that you will see, the Vedic rituals you will see. It's a ritual wherein you place a mantra, a sound, a syllable, and you place it in a part of the body. You might have heard, if you attended Vedic rituals, the Pandits might be chanting something like Tarjani Bhyam Namaha, and then they touch the index finger to the face or something like that. And Tarjani means the index finger in Sanskrit, So they will place that awareness, that sound in that part of the body. Essentially, it is a practice that places energy in different parts of your body, wherein you take your awareness over there and you are establishing that part as the divine. So it was done as a means to see yourself as divine. Every part of you is divine. The modern Yoga Nidra technique combines these Pratyahara and Nyasa, and you will see that we take our attention to every part of the body, your thumb, your index finger, middle finger, ring finger, your little finger, your entire palm. And that's the practice of Nyasa. You do the entire body awareness like that. And Pratyahara, you give different kinds of ahara, food, to the mind, which is inwards rather than outwards. So it is a means of combining these to give you the maximum relaxation. And the technique, the modern version of this technique that is found in most yoga schools in most places of the world, has been designed by Swami Satyananda Saraswati ji, who's the founder of the Bihar School of Yoga. He got inspired by Devi Mahatmya, and he created this technique of 8 steps of Yoga Nidra that you will find in most places in the world. Essentially, it is a technique that has been simplified for the modern life. Even if you are not doing any of those rituals, you can still benefit from just taking your awareness to those parts of the body. And by doing the Yoga Nidra, you are essentially disengaging your mind and your mental activity from the world. And that in turn results in regulation of your nervous system, of controlling your emotions by yourself. Just listening to a script, your stress decreases. There is profound relaxation that you get. It promotes healing, and it also initiates personal transformation as well. And if you want to know more about Yoga Nidra, you can check out Deep Dive into Yoga Nidra. If you like this video, do leave a thumbs up for us. Any questions that you have, we would be very happy to answer them. Leave them in the comments below. So make this practice a part of your life. You can practice Yoga Nidra with us. We have a special playlist called Yoga Nidras, and you can practice whatever you like. We have many of them. Thank you for joining us. May you stay fit and calm.